After the stock market crash of 1929, Congress passed several laws to regulate the trading of securities. This is not exactly constitutional, since Congress is only empowered to punish securities fraud under Article 1, Section 8, Clause 6. Congress has the power to provide for the punishment of counterfeiting in the securities and current coin of the United States. Of course, the Constitution hasn't really stopped Congress from creating illegal agencies in the past, including the Securities and Exchange Commission. From the case we read, to enforce these acts, Congress created the Securities and Exchange Commission. The SEC may bring an enforcement action in one of two forms. It can file suit in federal court, or it can adjudicate the matter itself. Not only did Congress create the SEC and empower them to bring enforcement actions, but claim that they can act like a court and adjudicate those actions themselves. Does anyone else see a problem here? Congress creates the SEC, then makes them judge, jury, and enforcer. The forum the SEC selects dictates certain aspects of the litigation. In federal court, a jury finds the facts, an Article 3 judge presides, and the federal rules of evidence and the ordinary rules of discovery govern the litigation. But when the SEC adjudicates the matter in-house, there are no juries. The Commission presides while its Division of Enforcement prosecutes the case. The Commission, or its delegee, typically an administrative law judge, also finds facts and decides discovery disputes, and the SEC's rules of practice govern. Basically, if the SEC wants, they create a kangaroo court where everyone except you works for the SEC. This is not only a problem with the SEC, but with all administrative law courts. When it comes to the SEC, this was not always the case. One remedy for securities violations is civil penalties. Originally, the SEC could only obtain civil penalties from unregistered investment advisors in federal court. Then in 2010, Congress passed the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act. The act authorized the SEC to impose such penalties through its own in-house proceedings. Leave it to Congress to take a problem and make things worse. See, originally, if the SEC thought you violated one of their rules, they had to take you to federal court, where you received the due process required by the Fifth Amendment. The court had to make sure you were provided with the evidence against you, and they had to follow the rules of evidence. Now, when Congress claimed to fix the problems that led to the housing collapse of 2008, many of which Congress created, not only did they not fix the problem, they created a new one, the violation of due process in the Constitution of the United States.